Welcome back to another episode of the Wet Dreams podcast. I'm your host, Jose Gonzalez. I'm a sex therapist and a mental health counselor.
Hi there, I'm Dr. Brad Hinman. I am also a mental health counselor and a sex therapist.
Today, we're going to do something a little fun. Actually, we tried doing it and lost the video, so that was fun, but hopefully this time will be a better version of it. You guys don't care and won't know about that, but today we're going to be reacting to some Reddit stories, like Am I the Asshole kind of threads, you've heard that, or just horror stories or whatever. Our producer, Julian, has curated these, so I haven't read them at all, so we're going to be reacting together and seeing what we come up with. Sweet, yeah, buckle up. So this one, Am I the Asshole for wanting to break up with my female 23? She's the female 23, break up with my boyfriend who was 33, 10 years, because he won't give me sex. So we've been together for over a year, and only when I moved in with him in June of this year, our sex life began to deteriorate. Before, we would only see each other on weekends, and we were having sex on both days. Even when I was sleeping, he'd wake me up on my period, no problem. But now I'm lucky if it's once every 2 weeks, and even then I feel like he just does it to get it over with and done with, so I don't mention it or argue with him. It's like a chore to him, but whenever I leave the house, he masturbates to porn for hours. Sometimes even does it when I'm home and I'm sleeping or in the shower. I don't understand why he does this, because I'm an attractive girl. I take good care of myself. I'm always wearing the clothes he likes to see me in, making myself look more sexually appealing, but nothing. We've had several arguments about this, and each time he says he'll get better. I know he has an addiction, but it's a shame because everything else in the relationship is great. I've gotten the point where I'm so drained and tired of talking about this issue. It's been months and countless arguments. I'm seriously considering ending the relationship over this, because sex is important to me and physical affection is also important, and he lacks both. I feel like we are just roommates at this point. Wow, that's one to start out with. Pretty hits all the points that we ever talk about. What's your reaction to that one?
Oh my.
So many things.
I would say that they need to contact a qualified sex therapist because that's what we deal with.
That would literally be someone coming into our office like that. For real.
Right. Because Jose and I both have clients who this could describe, like on any number of our clients could have written that. So at first, before you said the porn thing, my first thought was that, like, there's an old saying, familiarity breeds contempt, right? So they moved in together, and so when they were only getting together on the weekends, it was exciting,
hot and heavy.
Yes, right. Like it was new, and it was exciting, and it was different, and it broke up the routine. Now they are the routine, right? They like, by living together, you're seeing this person not 24/7, probably 16/7. You know, and so they're too familiar with each other, probably, right? And so, but then you said the porn, right? And so, yeah, if he's masturbating for hours to porn, there's nothing left to give her, right? He has no sexual desire outside of the porn, it sounds like.
Right. And even masturbating when she's home, and that's something couples a lot have said that so much, like, I'm right there, or like I'm in the other room, or I'm like, why wouldn't he want to just have sex with me? Like, the amount of times I've heard that is insane. Like, but it's, as we've said in other podcasts, it's different. It's not that he doesn't necessarily want to have sex with you. It's porn is easier, really. It's kind of what it comes down to, you know.
Yep, it's easier. It doesn't. It's never on its period. Like, it doesn't ever say no. It doesn't have a headache, right? And so. But really, the amount of porn that he's using, I would say probably the fact that he's doing that probably has nothing to do with her, because she said, I'm an attractive girl and I take care of myself.
And does stuff that make her look appealing to him and all that. Like, it's nothing really.
It's not, that doesn't have anything to do with it. He's not doing it because you're ugly. He's doing it because he's probably addicted, right? That it's turned into this massive coping mechanism for him, and it's taken over his life. So that's why I said, they need to contact, in my opinion, a qualified sex therapist, so that they can work through these issues, like Like, basically, why are you choosing porn over her? Are you okay with that? Like, that's what I would ask him. Like, are you okay with choosing porn over her? Are you okay with losing this relationship because of porn? A lot of the guys that I ask that to, they're like, well, no, I don't want to lose the relationship, but that's her choice. No, it's not her choice.
Right.
It's your choice.
Right.
Right. That you're basically ignoring her. Like she said, we've become just roommates.
Yeah.
Right? That they have no intimate relationship at all.
Yeah.
Intimate, not just being sex, but any kind of like connection, emotional connection.
Right. Yeah, and I've thought about this actually, and not maybe in a counselor lens, because obviously we wouldn't give recommendations to our clients, but I've thought about this, like, so they've been in a relationship for like a year, say, for example. Like, would you recommend them ending their relationship? Again, not as a therapist. Like, I've thought, like, because the reason I say is, like, the guys that I see, it's such a big issue, and a lot of the partners don't really know the extent of things, or don't really know the trouble that's ahead. I don't know, like, it's like, again, I wouldn't say to a couple that's coming in my office, like, yeah, just break it up because it's not getting any better. It's gonna suck for you. Like, I wouldn't say that, but maybe as a person, it'd be like, oh, like, you maybe would want to go earlier than later.
Yeah, right.
If you're not married or whatever, as the partner, maybe. Or, I don't know. It's funny. I've thought about that.
I think a lot of people would tell her to break up with him, but that's why I said I would ask him, like, are you wanting to change this? Are you okay with losing your relationship over this? That's what I'd be curious to, and I mean, if his answer is yes, I'm okay with it, and I don't care, then yeah, I would tell her. Right. Not as a therapist, but I would recommend they break up. Right. I don't ever tell my clients whether they should break up or stay together. No, absolutely. That's up to them. But I would definitely ask her, like, what's your response to that he's not willing to give this up for you? And there's a difference between being willing to give up porn for her, or to give up most of the porn for her, because it sounds like she's not, like, on the surface, she's not morally opposed to porn, it sounds like. Right.
It's not like she didn't mention anything super negative about porn itself necessarily.
Right. Yeah. So if he's willing to have sex with her twice a week, and then he can still masturbate to porn 5 days a week, like, if she's fine with that, then he's fine with that. That's fine. Then I'm fine with that. But if he's, so being willing to change or not being okay with it is different than being able to give it up, right? Like sometimes if he's looking at it at the level that she said in the air, he may need help to give that up, which is where we come in. So
exactly right. Yeah, I mean, it's just it's a long road for both people, both the person. I mean, like other addictions, it's a hard road, both being in the addiction and also the partner of an addicted person, whether you take substances or whatever. I mean, I'm sure partners have a ton of stories of, like, they did this and that, and whatever story, stole money from us or whatever. Like, it's a hard road, but I guess, but obviously these guys aren't irredeemable, because we wouldn't be seeing them. Right. It starts with the willingness to change. Yeah, that's such a funny one. We started off like in our wheelhouse. Thanks, Julian. Shout out, Julian. Sweet. All right, next one. Let's see. I was getting ready to board a train, but one of my pieces of luggage was too heavy. My mom grumbled and said, "You should have let me pack your things." So she started rifling through my suitcase. She noticed that the flap where you're supposed to keep your panties and socks was rather heavy, and pulled everything out. Time out. There's a flap where you're supposed to. Anyways,
I'm wondering that too.
Yeah,
it's a secret compartment.
Like, I'm not even focused on the sex part. Like, luggage. What? Lo and behold, there was my gigantic pink rabbit. Her face turned red, looked at me with that angry mom look, and screeched, "What in the hell is this?" In the middle of the train station, there was this little old lady sitting right there. Most mortifying moment of my life. Edit, I was 19 at the time. I got stuck up on the panty
Yeah. Panty compartment.
What? Mind blown. Thoughts?
Mom should mind her own business.
Exactly. Also, she's 19. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Leave her alone.
Well, it sounds like she didn't ask Mom to go through her
Right.
luggage. Like she didn't. Like I don't know why somebody would do that.
Yeah.
Like I have grown children. I would never.
Yeah. Let me go through your stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then especially pulling out a sex toy and like using shame-based language.
Yes. Yeah.
To
I mean, that mom is something, I bet. 'Cause
Yeah.
One, she was like, I should have packed your things. So clearly she's kind of like a helicopter mom, I
Yeah.
think, it's for sure. And then shamed her for the rabbit. I mean, I'm sure they weren't talking about sex when she grew up, when the person that wrote this grew up,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I should have packed your things was the first red flag.
Yeah, and that's I think that's interesting. I mean, you know, the same way you're navigating parental relationships as an adult, just in general, like the sex conversation or the things around sex is definitely a interesting like dynamic to it. You know what I mean? Like she's a grown adult, like why does the mom have such strong feelings about her having like sex toys in her suitcase? You know, clearly she hasn't let go as much as she probably should.
Mhm.
You know, it's just interesting. Nice.
Yeah, don't go looking through people's stuff unless you're okay with what you find.
Exactly.
Surprise.
All right, let's see another one.
It does remind me though when my son was in college and we went to visit him, I found a packet of condoms.
And then you said, "What the f is this?" No.
I just held it up and looked at him. Like, I'm like, oh. But he had asked us to clean his room, so that's the caveat
Right, you
there.
weren't like rifling in there.
Yeah.
Did you guys talk about protection and stuff like that when they were younger, or like around that age? Whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we did when they were. Yep, because I told them all along that we raised you. We're not raising your kids. So if you're gonna have sex, use protection.
Right.
So
Right. So it wasn't like a shaming thing of like, hey, why you have condoms? You shouldn't be having sex. Obviously, I know you didn't say that, but you know.
Well, and then when I found them, I'm like, well, then you better be using these because it looks like this box is new. So if you're having sex, you need to open the box.
And then you probably cracked it for them.
Yeah.
Shade. If the Hinman sons are listening, sorry guys.
I know, right? It's like, oops.
That's funny. Oh, that's good. All right, next one. At 19, I had a friends with benefit situation with this guy who was like 28. His ex-wife had divorced him like 6 months prior. I made it very clear that I was not dating him and not interested romantically before ever hooking up. The dick was mid, enjoyable, but not the best I have ever had. Bonus was he would give me weed while I was there as much as I wanted. On my 4th time at this place, we smoked the bowl and then fucked, then smoked more. After I was high as F, he's like, I have to tell you something. I love you. Will you marry me?
Oh.
At first, I like laughed because I thought he was joking, but he was dead serious, saying I was his soulmate and the best F he'd ever had. But I'm high as balls and 15 minutes from my house and I don't have Uber money. So I just had to awkwardly talk to him and explain that no, you're not in love with me. I can't marry you. I am only here to get dick and weed. Then we F'd one more time, after which he cried.
Oh.
And then he drove me home. Never talked to him again. Oh. What the heck? Holy. I'm just here for dick and weed. I'm going to name the episode that. Wow.
I feel like Julian was feeling some sort of way when he picked that one.
Like, something was going on there. That was a good pick, Julian. Wow. Huh. That's interesting. and like, I mean, that's, you know, probably bad on my part, but he's 28, she's 19, like,
That's sad.
I don't know. I know it's
I'm sad.
why are you sad?
Well, because like he had all these feelings, and she's like, "I'm just here for dick and weed." So clearly, they're not on the same plane.
Certainly
right?
not.
Yeah. So it's wow. How many times had they gotten together before he proposed?
4. That was the 4th time.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fast. And she was, and I wouldn't want to, obviously you always want to know more details. She made it very clear that they're not dating and not interested romantically. Like, I wonder what she said. Not trying to blame her, but like, I was just curious how she made it clear.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, how were they acting throughout the times that they were getting together or whatever? You know, was it pretty like, have sex and peace out? Or, you know, like, certainly he misunderstood something too. Like, maybe they had some conversations that were deep and he's like, whoa, maybe she's into me or something. I don't know. You know, it's just interesting. It's interesting.
Well, and people like relationships to be on the same level, right? And so she said to him, I'm not interested in dating you. I just want to hang out, or whatever she called it, right? Like, and he theoretically heard that and said, okay, but his feelings started to change. So he assumed her feelings were changing to grow deeper
Right.
and more connected as well. Like he made that assumption that she was falling for him like he fell for her. And she's like, no, I told you it's not that. Right. And so, I've had clients that are in that position, right? And the same thing, the female is saying no, like, I'll hang out with you, but the male is the one that fell deeply in love and all that sort of thing. I think it's like as one person feels the relationship go deeper, they make an assumption that the other person feels the same.
That makes sense. I also think sometimes people get into a situation with the hopes of, like, maybe he went into it being like, okay, yeah, she's saying not interested, but eventually we will get there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, with the hope of it changing, even though the person is clear. As, again, I don't know exactly how clear they were, assuming she was very clear. Like, I think sometimes people go in and like, well, maybe they'll change their mind, or like, I can change their mind, whatever, you know what I mean? And then they have this imbalance for sure.
Yeah, I think there's that. I think that's fairly common too, of when she absorbs my stellar personality and mid-level dick, then she's gonna fall madly in love with me. I'll win her over, and there plenty of women feel that way too. Right?
Yeah, for
they
sure.
recognize faults in their male partner, and then they're like, "But he'll change. I can change him.
Yep.
And
They
make
go
him
for the
all better.
Yep. They go for the
Fixer upper, kind
fixer
of
upper.
thing.
Yeah, exactly. Or the potential.
Yes.
What they see
Yeah.
potentially in them. That's what they're looking at.
And then 10 years later, he's still the same. And they're like, "What happened?"
Wait a minute. He's just wants weed and dick.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's so interesting. And just like how quickly if he was dead serious, I mean, that's fast to go from, you met this person. I guess there's not really, his ex-wife divorced him 6 months prior. There's not really context of how they met. If it was just strangers, straight up, friends with benefits, strangers. Were they friends already and then got into, because that can change the dynamic. But to go from that 4 times, the 4th time you're like truly seriously saying, marry me, like, wow, that's like fast. It's intense.
Yeah. So now there's a history of this guy making poor relationship decisions.
At least twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long was he married for? Oh, so many questions. It's crazy.
Even if they'd been dating for 6 months consistently, that's still pretty quick
that's
to
still
ask somebody
quick.
to marry you.
Only 6 months after. I mean, that's another thing
divorce,
that
yeah.
happens. Like, people leave their divorce and then get serious pretty fast afterwards, you know, or they find someone that was totally different to their ex, wife or husband. It's like, okay, well, this must be my person now because they're like totally different, but they also have a host of problems that are different than your, you know what I mean? I think that's common. People go fast. Crazy. Good luck to that guy.
Yeah.
All right, let's see next one. Am I that asshole for not wanting to have sex with my girlfriend? Long story short, me and my girlfriend of about 2 years had a rough few months. She has been toxic. She forbid me to talk to my friends during that time and tried to completely cut me off of my family and all. I decided to break up with her, but after a few months, we eventually went back to dating and everything changed. It was going great until I noticed I don't want to be anything more than a friend with her. I don't feel attracted to her in the same sense. Sure, she's hot, but my mind is really keeping me from seeing her as anything more than a pretty girl in a club I don't know. Maybe I need to mention that in the meantime, I had a bit more than a talking stage with one girl for like a week, and we hooked up, and I feel like that changed my view of sex completely. She was exactly what I wanted in bed without telling her anything about my preferences, but I've never heard from her afterwards. Now, we did have sex 2 or 3 times since we got back together, but every single time I didn't feel there, and being honest, I feel violated or harassed or assaulted. I'm assuming with his ex-girlfriend. I don't know how to put that feeling, but emotionally I feel grossed out, disgusted, especially afterwards. I feel horny otherwise, but just not around her, and I don't know how to bring it up or if I should just say it didn't work out and break up again. I feel really bad for not letting her know, but on the other hand, I'm scared of how she would react. If I could just leave knowing she won't throw tantrums and beg me to stay and all, that I would have left by now, but I'm scared. Wow. Dang.
Why does he end it with "I'm scared"?
He's scared of, if he knew, he would have left by now, but he's scared to leave, I guess. I think that's what he means.
Scared of what?
I know. Clearly something. I mean, her tantrums.
The tantrums.
And like, what does that look like, though?
Yeah.
What kind of tantrums?
That kind of gives a domestic violence.
Yeah, yep. Agreed. Agreed. Like, what is the tantrums you're talking about?
Yeah.
Certainly there's those classic components like forbidding him from talking to friends and trying to cut off from the family. That's narcissist.
Which are classic domestic violence.
Yeah, and vibes
too.
Right, trying to keep you isolated or whatever.
Yep.
Thing. And then breaking up. A few months later, got back together. I'm assuming because of one of her tantrums and begging. It's my assumption, but who knows?
So he started it with "Am I the asshole?" So did he break up with her? Is that what he said at the beginning?
He said, "Am I the asshole for not wanting to have sex with my girlfriend?" So he like feels grossed out and disgusted. They've had sex 2 to 3 times since they got back together, but every time he feels like violated or assaulted, he feels grossed out and disgusted afterwards.
Wow,
that's intense. And especially after he had sex with this other girl who he felt sounds like connected to, or like she knew his preferences without him having to say anything and stuff like that. Like it was like more compatible sexually.
Plot twist. What if this is the partner of the mid-level? It's the woman that's just here for the weed.
That's the ex-wife. I know. That's funny. They were enmeshed. Yeah. Flat twist. Imagine. Insane. That's crazy.
So to answer his question, no one should have sex if they don't want to have sex.
Nope.
Period. So is he the asshole? No. Should he have a conversation with her? Yes.
Yeah. It sounds like he just wants to cut and run.
Yes.
You know, which I get it. Maybe it hasn't been such a successful conversations before.
Right.
Or the first time they broke up, you know?
Right. Well, and that's a lot of the guys that we deal with. Mm-hmm. They would rather just cut and run, right? They would rather, I want to qualify that. Like, most of the people that we see want to stay with their partner.
Yeah.
But men in general don't want to talk about their emotions either.
Or deal with a hard emotional conversation. Or
Right. Right.
Yeah.
They would rather just like
Mm-hmm.
not talk about hard stuff.
Move on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that this warrants a conversation with her about, and he could say, like he said in there, this isn't working out, right? I'm not attracted to you. That's gonna wake her up. Like, you know, if he explains to her, I mean, he doesn't have to go into I'm disgusted.
Right.
Like, I want to puke every time you touch me. Like,
yeah. You don't need that much detail.
right. But I mean, with a lot of the women that I've worked with as a therapist, if their partner tells them I'm not attracted to you anymore, that sends a definite message. Right?
Yep.
So,
Right.
like, how can you stay together with somebody that? But I think that, like I said, he needs to have a conversation with her. And is it? I mean, probably not, but I'm wondering, like, is this something, if she changes, would he want to be with her? Would that change that? But it sounded like the woman that he had sex with, that was only once, right? And then now that woman ghosted him?
Yeah, that one ghosted him, yep.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, did he, like, is this his soulmate that he had sex with one time? Like, is
Right.
that...
Right.
Or was he disgusted with this current, is it girlfriend? Not wife.
Girlfriend, yeah, they got back together again.
Yeah. So was he disgusted with his current girlfriend before he had sex with that other woman? Or did the sex with the other woman create this disgust for his current girlfriend?
Right. Like, was he already feeling those feelings beforehand? Yeah. Well, and the other thing I was thinking about too is, like, if you are going to have that conversation, you know, it may be beneficial to set up some parameters. Like, if it's like go in public, or plan on meeting a friend afterwards, or having a friend close, or whatever, like setting up some, it would be the same as if it was flipped, like the female or whatever. Either way, setting up some parameters to keep yourself safe, or to help you go through with it, or to help it not be as bad, you know, if that's what he's scared of that conversation. Or, like, if he's scared that, I mean, often the thing is, like, being scared of having the conversation, and then the person will convince you, and then you won't stand true to what you said, and you'll be like, okay, it's fine, let's just stay together, you know. That's
maybe that's part of him being scared.
Could be that he's like, she's gonna convince him not to leave. But how do you set up the conversation in a way that's going to help you follow through, you know?
I like the idea of having somebody else there for that conversation.
Yeah. I feel like it could be helpful, for sure. Dang.
That's what therapists are for. The conversation
Right.
Therapist.
Yeah. Get a therapist, you know, and have it with a third party. It's true.
So I just want to insert too, like, because I said twice at the beginning of the story that domestic violence, right? And men can also be the recipients of domestic violence, and women can be the perpetrators of domestic violence. I just think that in society, we often think, when we hear domestic violence, we think of men being violent with women. But because I specialize in men, I've seen way more men being domestically abused than I have women being domestically abused. But that's because I specialize in men.
Yes. Yes. Right. It's anecdotal or whatever. Right. Am I the asshole for wanting sex from my husband? Me, 40-year-old female, and hubby, 35-year-old male, have 4 kids and have been together for 10 years. We officially tied the knot this summer, and since we haven't had sex, there's no romance, nothing. I have gotten books on the love languages, relationship help, bought the lingerie, prepared weekend trips, and even random alone time. He just isn't interested in me. He is fit and sees a doctor routinely, nothing medically wrong. He visits porn sites maybe 2 to 4 times a week. I bring it up and he gets upset and says people go through dry spells. But when it's supposed to be our honeymoon, I am about to give up and bring him divorce papers. Am I overreacting? Should I just endure and maybe the dry spell will end? TLDR, had a healthy sexual relationship, got married, and has completely stopped. Now I bring it up. I'm the one and I'll bring it up, I am the one in the wrong for asking or bringing it up. I forget what TLDR means. Too long.
Too long. Didn't read. Or don't read.
Don't read it. I'm so old. Damn it. I just turned 38 recently, and now it's downhill. From
Yes,
here.
right. It's all over.
Son of a bitch. So, shut up, Julian. Our young freaking producers laughing at me. Kudos to knowing what TLDR means.
Spotify says I'm 20. On the wrap up.
Everyone go check your rap. That thing is pretty good, actually. Oh, man. So, again, after... Well, it's so funny. They had 4 kids, been together 10 years, and then after they got married, basically, they not tied the knot this summer, and then went down. Dang. Thoughts?
I have several. One, I'm wondering about his porn use, right?
Right, of course.
Because
2 to 4 times a week. What is that?
That's what she knows about.
Right.
That's what he didn't erase his history on. Was 2 to 4 times a week. But still, he's 40, 2 to 4 times a week looking at
35.
porn. Oh, he's 35?
Mm-hmm.
She's 40.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 to 4 times a week. If he's ejaculating 2 to 4 times a week without her, is there anything left for her, right?
Right.
Sexual desire.
Could be.
Another thing, like if they were our clients, if they were my clients, I would be asking them what else changed around that time you got married. Why did you get married? Like, was it a financial benefit? Why didn't you get married sooner? Yes. Why did you get married when you did? Like, what is there a reason for that?
For sure. Because they were together 10 years.
Right.
Before they got married.
And that's, So what was the deciding factor there? Because whatever that potentially the deciding factor could have also put stress on the relationship. I mean, just a random weird example, like if they got married because one of them has cancer or something, right? Then that's going to affect their sex life if one of them has cancer. I mean, that was just one possibility.
Sure. As an example, yeah.
Yeah. And so that's why I would ask that question, like, why did you get married after 10 years? Was there some other circumstance that also could have affected your relationship? I mean, another random example could be like she had a miscarriage or something like that, right? And so somehow they translated that into let's get married. Or maybe she's losing her medical insurance. See, and now I'm just coming up with all these random examples. But
could be so many,
yes, but there could be circumstances, right? So yeah, I would ask about his porn use. I would want to know like what else changed in your relationship. Basically from him, like, because she looked at his porn history 2 to 4 times a week, are you masturbating during that time? Or has your sexual desire decreased, right? Do you have an overall low sexual desire? Which I've been seeing quite a bit of that in the men that I see.
Yeah.
Right? That low sexual desire. Again, society's myth is that it's always women that have the low sexual desire and men want it all the time. And I've been seeing quite a few men lately that have zero sexual desire.
Yep. Same.
And so I would want to know about that. Like, because just because he's looking at porn doesn't mean he's masturbating. I mean, often those two activities go together, but he could be looking at porn to see if he can get an erection, to see if he can spark sexual desire, and then go have sex with her. But it's apparently not working because he's not having sex with her. So just because he's looking at porn doesn't mean he's masturbating to that. Yeah, there's a lot going on there. There's a lot that we don't know. They want more information from this person.
Yep, definitely. Well, then I think the other thing I've heard too, at least with guys that have issues with porn or whatever, they separate their wife from, like, there's the sexual part and then there's my wife or whatever, you know, like maybe because that switch happened of like, oh, I can't do the same things that I did when she's my wife now, you know, or sometimes when their spouse has kids. Like, she's the mother of my kids now.
Yep.
Like, I can't like do dirty things to her or whatever. Like, that could be part of it as well. Like, there's this separation there of like, oh, I can't do this kind of stuff that I see on porn, or like, even though the partner might be down for it, like, hey, let's do this crazy stuff. But there's this separation in guys' minds of like, no, that's maybe too dirty for my wife, you know, or for the mother of my children.
Yep.
You know?
And that is a real thing. That's this kind of dichotomy starts developing where porn is, quote unquote, society teaches dirty and wrong and secretive, and we have to hide it. And my wife is awesome and beautiful and the mother of my children, and she's perfect. And so there's this separation, right? That I can't do, like you said, dirty stuff with my wife because she's up here on this pedestal and porn is down here in the pits hidden, right?
Right.
So it just becomes like the separation starts happening.
Yep, exactly. So that could be part of it for sure. That's interesting. We're getting all, like, literally all of these people could be our clients.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start charging in weed.
Yeah. Right.
Anyways. Next one. So a little backstory. There's like two more. So a little backstory. I found out about my boyfriend's porn addiction when I was 8 months pregnant. I admit at that moment in time, I freaked out and was yelling a lot of my feelings. My feelings were just so hurt, especially because that was around the time I started confiding into him about me dealing with so many changes in my body. While I was going through his phone, I found out where he was paying for stuff on OnlyFans. I saw that I told him things like that disgust me, and I view it as an emotionally cheating because it's him watching other women. I know for a fact he wouldn't want me doing that. Over time, he turned his porn addiction to straight Twitter, thinking I wouldn't find out. He just kept giving excuses on how he was changing, etc. Fast forward to 2 months before our baby turns 1, I found out he was hiding things and is saved for later on Facebook. I was just so disgusted this man had the nerve to tell me I was the reason he was doing it because he missed the sex I gave him, which made me so disgusted within myself. Which made no sense because there was numerous times before I caught him the last time I tried initiating intimacy, but he was so tired. But he could stay up an extra 2 hours watching YouTube. I know some are going to think I'm being dramatic, but I have had one traumatic relationship that was surrounded by cheating. He knew where I stood and everything because I didn't want to go through the same stuff again. I just never thought I would be someone who has had a porn addiction, and not once did he tell me about it. I just never thought it would be with someone who had a porn addiction. During our whole relationship, he's barely even complimented me. On Mother's Day, he didn't even tell me Happy Mother's Day and was talking a big game about how I'm going to love what he gets me. Well, he forgot to buy me something. It's not that I want things bought for me, but I just want to be seen and loved in a genuine way. So am I the asshole? There you go. Again.
That had to be devastating for her being 8 months pregnant.
8 months pregnant, that's certainly...
And then discovering it.
Well, and that happens a lot too, unfortunately. Like, when wives are pregnant, kids are little. I mean, it makes sense in the sense of, like, for the guys that we see, like, higher stress. You know, you're maybe pushed to the side a bit because the baby's here. You have to care for her or whatever. But it still sucks.
Yes, it does.
It still sucks, you know? And the fact that she felt disgusted. Like she said several times, I felt disgusted, whether it was at him, disgusted within herself. Like, she felt bad. It sounds like that sucks.
Yeah. And the fact that he was paying for OnlyFans, right? That's, for some reason, with clients that I've dealt with, the fact that they're paying adds to the trauma of it, right? Like free porn is bad enough to your partner, but if you're paying for it, that makes it worse in their minds many times. Especially if it's money that you don't have, right? Like if you don't have the money to waste,
right?
If
you're taking away from the family when we're low anyways or whatever,
right? So that's another added trauma that she's experiencing. It's, I feel like with all these, I'm like, do you need to get counseling?
Yeah, literally. I'm saying literally, like they're all people that we would see.
Yes. Because a qualified sex therapist is going to, confront your husband about that behavior and be like, is this how you want her to feel? Do you want her to be disgusted? Do you want her to be sad? Do you want her to cry and, be upset and all these things? Generally, my clients say no to that, the question, the guy that's using porn or whatever, like he's going to say no to that. And then I'm like, well, you need to change the message that you're sending then.
Right.
Right. It's a difficult situation that you're in. And that's why I'm saying get counseling, because it would be hard for you guys to navigate this on your own the way things are right now.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. For sure. Well, then it's, then I think of the guy, if it was the guy that comes in individually is also like, because I've had a couple guys that are like OnlyFans, like talking about why OnlyFans, like why is that your choice compared to straight porn? They probably watch porn too, but what's that about? Like, why do you feel like OnlyFans hits the button for you or whatever, like as opposed to massage parlors, or as opposed to talking to other people online, as opposed whatever, you know what I mean? Like it's always like there's the drug of choice, if you will. I mean, I can theorize like it's like that affirmation or whatever, which is funny. It's not real, of course, but so that would be where I would go with him individually of like what's it about OnlyFans, Twitter, and those kind of stuff, Facebook, that like gets you going, like why that? And it's just always so funny because it tends to happen like that. Like, of course she has trauma from her previous partner cheating, and then that's the trauma that this guy, her current partner, is doing. Like, what the hell? Like, of course, every time.
Yes. I say very often with my couples, your traumas trigger each other.
Every time. It's insane. Crazy.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that that this is the timing of it, right? And the circumstances surrounding it. Like, he needs to figure out where he wants this relationship to go and what he wants to accomplish in this relationship, right? And so does she, right? They need to, and then a unbiased third party can help them. But
exactly,
that, right?
Exactly. Yep. Cool. All right. Let's. This one looks like a funny one. We'll see. Let's end with a hoot. This comes from Butterlust. Is the name of the user. It's a good one. We were at his parents' house engaged in some early morning fun, and his mom walked into the room to grab our laundry because she thought it would be a nice thing to do. We were just visiting. We were being really quiet for obvious reasons, and it was like 5:30 in the morning, and she assumed we were sleeping. We weren't under the blankets, so she got an eyeful. She was definitely a lot more mortified than we were, although I was super embarrassed. My boyfriend just kind of laughed it off, though. He was unfazed. When I went downstairs for coffee, she just pretended like nothing happened, so I did too. It was never spoken of between any of us, and that's just how I liked it. That's a good one. Just got an eyeful.
So whose parents was this?
It was
his mom?
The boyfriend's parents, it sounded like.
And he was unfazed?
Yeah, I thought that was funny. Like, he, like, no reaction. He was unfazed. What the heck? Like, has that happened before? What is going on?
That is so weird.
That's weird. Yeah. He was unfazed. It was his parents.
And they didn't say how old they were?
No, they didn't say any how old they were. Unfazed. And then, of course, they didn't talk about it. But
yeah.
Like, maybe we should have a conversation about it.
Yeah. It's weird to me that she came in the room at 5:30 to get the laundry. That's weird.
When they were there.
Yeah.
And they were visiting, so knowing that they were there.
Yeah.
Imagine it was like planned or something.
Was she trying to see them having sex?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Because chances are, like, I would never walk in on people staying in a room, a couple, I wouldn't walk in on a single person at 5:30.
Yeah. For sure.
Because they're probably looking at porn and
masturbating. Yeah, that's true. Like, let's knock. Guys.
Yeah.
What is going on?
That's just
kind of
weird.
funny that he was unfair. Like,
and that
I need
is
a little
also
bit more
weird to me.
like context on that.
Yeah. Like, I don't understand why. I mean, it's kind of cool that it didn't bother him.
Right.
I'm like,
right.
Well, that's progressive.
Yeah, and like maybe they have conversations about sex and blah 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 blah. Like maybe they are open.
Yeah.
But like unfazed
Right.
at all. I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah. That's different. Like like you asked, like has she walked in on him before having sex? Like, is this the 17th time this has happened? So now we're not fazed by it anymore. I wonder if mom was traumatized.
Well, you wouldn't know because they didn't talk about it.
We'll never know.
We'll never know because they literally never talked. I mean, like maybe have a conversation about it too. Like, hey, even a short. It doesn't have to be a whole sit down thing, but like that was kind of awkward, wasn't it? Like acknowledge what the heck happened. Like, you good? Okay, I'm sorry. I'll knock next time. Sorry.
Yeah. Right.
Like, what? Maybe throw the box of condoms in there. Hey,
yeah, that's right. Here's protect. I don't know.
Interesting.
That's just. I just keep saying weird.
Oh, it's funny.
And weird, but a non-judgmental weird.
Yeah,
weird.
yeah,
I'm just
sure.
saying this is odd.
Yes.
This is not common. This is different. Right.
We're
That's
not
what I
going to
mean by
judge
that.
you.
Yeah.
We're not shaming you. It's just not normative.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know?
It creates questions for me. Because she said we weren't covered up, right?
Right.
So
Like uncovered. 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah. So mom saw something.
Hey, I mean,
and we're not talking about
she'll
it.
never do his laundry again.
Why are you doing laundry at 5:30 in the morning? I have so many questions.
Oh, yeah, that's so funny. Some people like to do it in the morning. I don't know. Laundry and a show. Sweet. So that was fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully we don't lose the video on this one.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, we'd love to like hear from a viewer or listeners, like their stories or just questions. You know, I think it was kind of cool. A lot of those scenarios were right up our wheelhouse of like actual people we would see, you know, and dealing with whether it be embarrassing moments or like deep kind of moments. Like all of that stuff was literally people we would see. It's kind of crazy. So it's pretty fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Sweet. Thanks for listening. Follow us on all our socials, Sweat Dreams Podcast with a Z, on all your major things, YouTube, Facebook, all that stuff, Instagram. And drop us a comment or let us know what you think. Thanks
for listening.
The Wet Dreams Podcast and any content posted is intended for general information, educational, and entertainment purposes only. We are not responsible for any losses, damages, or liabilities that may arise from the use of this podcast. It is not intended as a substitute for the advice of a physician, professional coach, psychotherapist, or other qualified professional, diagnosis, or treatment. Listeners should not disregard or delay in obtaining a medical advice for any medical or mental health condition they may have, and should seek the assistance of their healthcare professionals for any such conditions.